afternoon, and evening. If you're watching this video, that means we're only a few days away from what could be the worst energy assault update in history. But from what I've heard, it's quite the opposite. This update is supposed to be the biggest and best update yet. Everything in this video, including the music at the beginning, is a leak that has been shared on the Typical Games Discord server. Hopefully I'll be able to answer some of your questions, but know this. There are changes in this update that you will hate with a burning passion. There are additions and features that you will fall in love with. Most importantly, there are advancements that will forever change the game and how it's played. So, the first thing I'd like to talk about is why the update is taking so long. And this was something that was talked about in the Energy Assault Q&A on the Typical Games Discord server. So basically everything down to the animations, well, primarily the animations, are in binary. Basically, it's all zeros and ones. So changing something as fundamental and core to the game as the animations is extremely difficult. Techno Turbo and ScreamingXXX have been the main two devs for this update. So I'll just get right in and say this. This was posted on Discord earlier today, so yesterday, 8:21 p.m. my time, which is Eastern Standard Time. Basically, the update is planned to be released June 10th. It is currently June 6th. So we are only a few days away from this huge update that we have all been waiting on for months now. So I'm just going to really quick go into what to expect in this update. Obviously, you can expect new maps and new guns and skins. You can also expect new features and new graphics. And I'll go a little bit into that as the video progresses. New bug and glitches fixes, and more future updates. So this is not the only update that is planned for the next 9 months like it's been. They have plans to update the game with specific things for almost every single month. Almost every single month there's going to be a new update where you're going to get new guns, new skins, new everything. And this was something that was discussed in the Q&A. So first, let's talk about what was said at the Q&A. And the link to the raw footage of the Q&A will be in the description. So I just have a full list of everything. I just wrote down a list as I was rewatching the Q&A because I was there for it. I'm just going to go through. So there are 3 varieties of new guns that are planned to be released. One SMG, one battle rifle, or it's supposed to be a semi-automatic like M1 Garand or SKS. A click to fire, and one new pistol. So that's a DMR, not a battle rifle. So a click to fire semi-automatic. So that will be released right off the bat, and I believe that's going to be in a feature called Ranked. But they are also adding something to the aim. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's what they were talking, if that was what that was shown in the video I just showed, where Screaming was pressing Control to hold his breath. I don't know what function that's going to serve unless it's to steady your aim. But that would be a really interesting addition to the game. I'm trying to think how you would do that. So I have my pinky or my little finger is on shift, which you can't aim while you're running anyway. So if you slide down to control with your little finger, that could probably work. But I don't know what that addition to the aim is. They were discussing a future update for ranked modes, where new guns and skins would be added every month. That's kind of what I was talking about. They are planning on rebalancing all guns. Universally, every single gun will have less spread and higher recoil, which means a longer time to kill, and you also have to be on point with your accuracy. So that's kind of what the nerfed auto shoot is, that we've been expecting. Auto shoot is supposed to get a nerf also with the delay that it takes. It's supposed to be only like a third or a quarter of a second, but they are going to be nerfing auto shoots somewhat, just because it's totally overpowered. There are new animations, and I do have a clip of what the new animation for GOL looks like in this video, so stay tuned for that. There's going to be new lighting. So basically, the current graphics on 10 is going to be what the new graphics look like on 3. They're also talking about a future update for a potato mode. So basically, if you're running a low-end device, you will be able to select the potato mode so that you basically don't have to play with the new graphics, but the new graphics are supposed to be crazy, and you'll see that as we go further in, where I'll show you certain maps that we know that the new graphics look amazing. Or the revamped maps look amazing. And the new maps, so they were talking about a new map, one of which is dark, which will make Torch relevant, which is important. That's because Torch is going to be changing as well. No longer in the update, after the update, will you be able to see everybody's torch. Torch will be working only for you. It'll be visible only for you, and then for everybody else, it'll basically just look like a beam. It won't look like, you won't be able to track somebody through the wall because they're using torch. Movement clipping is supposed to be patched. For instance, the diving or dolphin diving or just crouching animation won't clip you through the wall. You actually have to find a very, very thin wall and then get enough speed to clip through the wall, which the chances of that happening, they said, were 1 in 10,000 as opposed to every single game like it is now. There are supposed to be new features, new menus, and new UIs that are supposed to look cleaner, even animated UIs, which are supposed to look cleaner. Deagle has been nerfed, Desert Eagle has been nerfed down to just a little bit over 51 damage. It can still one-tap head, but the RPM, or the, not RPM, rate of fire is less. And it doesn't one-tap at any distance. That was something that was said that I felt like wasn't expanded on in chat. He said it doesn't one-tap at any distance. So they may be adding bullet drop-off. I can't say for sure, but they may be or damage drop-off. Gold and diamond skins are supposed to look drastically different. That video I just showed you, there was a small bit of time where he switched to M82. Where you can see the gold skin is shiny. Diamond isn't supposed to be light blue anymore. It's supposed to look more shiny. Each gun will have information about its class. So you basically will be able to click on the gun, and each one will have a small little description. And I actually have a picture of what Desert Eagle's description is in the new update. Going forward, all future updates will be handled by Screaming. Techno Turbo Typical Tech, will be working on a different energy assault, is what was said. Basically, Energy Assault Part 2. Energy Assault 2. And I'll get a little bit into that as we go on further, but he did mention that a long time ago, right at the start of when Typical Type first started developing the game, he actually purchased from someone else named Revenant3 a bunch of models for guns that were sci-fi, and they've been sitting in his inventory, not added to the game, but sitting in the inventory of the game since its start, and they haven't really been implemented because of the realistic factor that Energy Assault has. But Techno Turbo is supposed to be working on basically a new game, so which I like. I like that they didn't. For instance, if the sci-fi guns are real, they aren't being added to the current game, because I feel like that would change how the current game is, and a lot of people love how the current game is and how the current update will be. But changing something that big to the game, I feel like it's best applied to a totally different game. So Energy Assault 2, for instance, would be the best place to implement that. They are talking about a future update of a kill streak counter. So if you're on, death number 3, you don't have to say, well, I was at so many kills and now I'm at so many kills, so I must be at, 7 kill streak or whatever. You'll have a kill streak counter that you can turn on or off. There's supposed to be a future update set of rewards for level 200 plus. As it is right now, you hit level 100 and that's the last time you get like a badge or anything like that. There's supposed to be a set of rewards, as in 1 skin, 1 gun, 1 outfit. A set of rewards for each time you hit level 100 above rank 100. So level 200, level 300, level 400, you'll get a new set of something. They did talk about the diaper update. The diaper update is not happening, at least by Techno Turbo, which, as we know, after this update, Techno Turbo is not going to be working on the game anymore. So I think we should be convincing Screaming to come out with a diaper update. Just saying. They also can't do an inspect mode just because of the code. An inspect mode needs to be core to the game, and it needs to be created around the fact that you want an inspect mode. Same thing with kill cam. If you want kill cam in a game, the game needs to be built around the fact that you want kill cam. So that's not going to happen, unfortunately. They are planning on reworking the battle pass, so the battle rewards. Basically, they're wanting to replace that at some point with a season pass, similar to, I believe they said Valorant. They want to change it over to more of a season pass. Like I said, auto shoot is supposed to be nerfed. Anti-cheat may never be a possibility because of the way that the code is set up, unfortunately. They are talking about possibly adding more leaderboard stats, like grenade kill leaderboards, kill streak leaderboards, etc. There's supposed to be, I have no idea what this means, but a new render thumbnail or icon in the game. Again, I have no idea what that means. If you have an idea of what that could mean, feel free to comment below. They are talking about, they did talk about the possibility of adding new melee weapons. In order to do that, they would need to nerf the current knife. It's possible but unlikely, and they would need to add ranged stats. If, for instance, if you had a long sword, they would need to change how knife works, because the way the knife works right now is it fires a slow, invisible bullet, which is kind of weird. Like I said, kill cam is impossible. It's something too core to the game. Let's see. They were talking about as far as anti-cheat goes, they were talking about input comparison. The problem with input comparison is that it may ban laggy players. For instance, if you're lagging and you're running in place and then all of a sudden you're across the map, it may ban you because it looks like you teleported when you didn't actually teleport. You were just lagging. In the future, they may add attachments like drum mag. They probably won't do a vote kicking system because it just gets abused. Even if someone's not hacking, it could just be that they're good, but newbie players will vote kick them. They discussed animated neon camos, skins, through the use of a skin overlay. So they use the comparison to a Minecraft enchanting table. Basically, you have a skin overlay on top of a default skin, and the skin overlay is what moves. So it's animated skins, which I think would be really cool. Possible new grenade categories. They would need to rework the current grenades so there's less bounce, more distance, and explodes on contact instead of there being a 5-second delay. They discussed the fact that they'll be adding movement tech into the quote new game. So that's Energy Assault 2. I don't know what movement tech means. They are reworking all snipers. Intervention will have a higher rate of fire. M82 is supposed to be nerfed. GOL is supposed to be more tactical, and all other snipers are supposed to be buffed in some way or the other. Because they discussed the disparity between the regular snipers and M82. M82 is cracked. All the other snipers are they need some work. So they're reworking all the snipers. They were talking about adding bullet trail for snipers in a future update. VSS will be getting a slight buff, which is great. It's in my opinion, it's good how it is now. It's not as good as it was at the very beginning, pre-nerf, but apparently it's supposed to be getting a slight buff. They are going to be fixing VR somewhat. Roblox doesn't have specific rules for specific headsets, and one headset in particular has a huge oversight that allows for ghost peeking. But they've been working with Death Laughter. The devs have been working with Death Laughter to work on a small VR fix. There's a possibility of adding more private server controls. They are reworking all maps, including Future Metropolis and Sacred Cathedral, which have been removed from the game. They are reworking all maps, including the removed maps. In a future update, they're talking about changing up the spawning algorithm because the current spawns suck, and changing spawn positions so you don't spawn right out in the open where everybody can see you. They were talking about shaders. They did add new shaders based off of what Roblox has available, but they cannot add custom shaders just because Roblox limitations. As I discussed, the potato mode, they are no longer using community polls to balance guns. That's something that apparently they learned their lesson from. I agree with letting the community decide if a gun should be buffed or nerfed, but apparently they're not going to be doing that anymore. ACR is confirmed as one of the guns. What was said was it's real, but it's like One Piece. It's in the game, but they said it's a real gun, you know. But I don't know if they're going to be adding that in the game yet. Like I said, Typical has a bunch of guns to himself, which are sci-fi related. They did talk about that. 3 new guns are going to be released at first, but more guns are to come in ranked mode. There's going to be the possible future edition of economy and selling guns, but that's going to be a far, far future update. They're going to need to figure out how to do economy. Battle Pass is going to be replaced with Season Pass, like Valorant. They are planning on doing another stage or another Q&A post-update, and it's going to be very, very important. So if you're not already on the Typical Games Discord server, the link is in the description to the Typical Games Discord server as well. We talked about UI animations. There are going to be new guns in the next 3 major updates. There is going to be a generic ranked system, possibly with unique features. It was stated that they will not be adding Shajat. I don't know how to pronounce that. It's whatever gun is in Arsenal. Apparently that gun is, Screaming hates that gun, so they're not going to be adding it. They will be adding 3 free skins. 3 free skins. There's going to be more cosmetic content added to the store. There's going to be a new trooper variant, similar to the Valentine's Day update. They will be, in the future, revamping the current skins so that everything looks good. There'll be new arm models, and you'll see in the clip later what those arm models kind of look like. They're kind of 3D. In a future update, they're talking about adding armor and fixing ACOG. They're talking about fixing ACOG. They don't know how they'll do it yet because Roblox does not change FOV to the model type. So ACOG looks like a tube, basically. But they are playing around with a few things. There may be a possible fix with the night vision filter. That's going to be, again, a future update. So that's basically what was said at the Q&A. You're welcome to check out the video in the description. It is like an hour and a half long, but it goes into a few things. It was just going to be a Q&A, and people used the Q&A to get more leaks for the update, which I like. They were able to leak things about the update. So if I missed something, I'm sorry. You're welcome to check that out. Like I said, this update is huge. This update is huge, so it's hard to get everything in one. So this is one of the new maps. Doesn't this look exactly like Tundra Trenches? I mean, it's foggy as hell. This is one of the leaks of one of the new maps. Like, for instance, this right here kind of looks like one of the barricades. This looks like the giant tower in the middle. I don't know what this is. But this is definitely snow. This looks like Tundra Trenches, and if this is what Tundra Trenches looks like, where it's dark and gray and mysterious, I'm all for it. That looks actually really, really cool. So, I'm going to be talking about maps. This was a leak shared yesterday morning. Enjoy a new map, the Civics, in this coming update, and new lighting will be customized for every map in game. Doesn't this look familiar, this billboard here? So this is, I guess, a warehouse sort of thing. There's like grates here. I don't know if you can go down there or not. There is like a glass ceiling, glass windows, shelves as always, so you might be able to jump up here and jump on the shelves. I'm so excited for that. And then I know somebody's going to get stuck in a chair at some point. Hopefully you can climb up on this crane. I don't know, but I hope these maps are big and you can like go in here and stuff. I don't know what this is. This was a leak that was shared. There's like some memes on the wall. This is like the meme that I shared earlier. They are adding memes that you create into the game. This might be the Civics map. This might actually be a different map. I don't know. But yeah, there's that. This is North Base. This is what North Base will look like. So, like I said, maps are supposed to be darker. This will make Torch relevant and useful for once. There's another POV of North Base, this aisle that you walk down before you get to this tower here. I think this looks really cool. I can't wait to play the update. I'm sorry, I'm going to say that a million times. I can't wait to play the update because this graphic system looks really cool. This looks almost like Corrupted Fields. When I first saw this picture, I was like, is that Corrupted Fields? And I was like, no, this is North Base. So, new guns. This is the leak that was given to us for the new guns. These are 5 new guns. So those, quote, 3 new guns that are going to be added right away. It's going to be more than that. These are the new guns. I tried to sharpen this image up a bit, and this is what I got. It's not great, but there's like a little bit of sparkle here. I don't know. One of these guns is ACR. I think it's this one, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, Okay, so this is the new GOL animation that I talked about previously. I'm just going to play this. Doesn't that look so clean? And look at that arm model. Look how 3D that looks. The reload animation. The mag just doesn't disappear. It actually falls to the ground. So that's kind of cool. I need to pause this and, well, that didn't work. There we go. All right, so this is the description that I talked about earlier with the Deagle. An untamed beast with devastating damage and high recoil, the Desert Eagle is a real force to be reckoned with on the battlefield. Powered by pure American spirit, it can blast unfortunate sons all the way back to Dixie with one shot to the head. Eagle, 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 flag, 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 flag. So this is going to be a description. Whenever you click on a gun, it'll come up with this description that'll give you a little bit of information about its class, everything like that. This is not a new map. This is a good idea of graphics. This is what, airbase? Yeah, airbase. This is the tunnel that nobody ever goes down, or unless you're hiding with an artifact. There's that little shipping container down here, and all the shipping containers back here, and then the tunnel back here. But this is kind of what the graphics are supposed to look like, which is really cool. There's like new lighting, new shadows. The graphics look cleaner. It looks really, really good. Like I talked about, movement clipping is going to be a thing of the past. You can't glitch inside rocks or walls anymore. You have to basically be running at a wall so fast that you just clip through, and it has to be a super, super thin wall, which they fixed almost all the walls, so that probably won't happen. Future updates. Like I said, Energy Assault Part 2. That's something that Tech will be working on, and I can probably expect it in a year or two, depending on how quick of a dev he is. Ranked mode. Old maps and skins are to be revamped. Armor, new spawns, ACOG fixes, and more. The next 3 videos are leaks that were posted to the Typical Games Discord server of the new maps. They are highly distorted because they are covering them up. So I'm just going to play them and offer my my feedback. So I have no idea what's going on here. Feel free to pause or slow down the video as you need. And that's all that was released there. Then there was this one. Wait for it to load. There we go. I have no idea what's going on. It's very trippy. The next one is even trippier. That looks like some sort of grate or lattice. I don't know. Is that snow? Rust, maybe? I don't know. I wish I could edit this because I really want to see what it is, but I can't. And he's just like walking through that wall over and over again. Okay, moving on to the next one. This one's the trippy one. This one looks like it might be have metal doors. This might even be Aquatic Station. I don't know. But at some point you do get defined areas, and then the rest is just complete garbage. I don't know what this map is, but if you can see through what this is, go for it. I don't have the screenshot, but they did say in the Typical Games Discord server that the update unlocks the 4th dimension. I don't know what that means, but apparently you unlock the 4th dimension in the update. So maybe you have teleporters. I don't know. That looked like a brain. That was weird, like a floating brain. Yeah, and then that's back to the beginning. Okay. And that takes us back to this. So, yeah, the Energy Assault update is supposed to be released June 10th, and they are releasing new leaks every single day on the Typical Games Discord server. That's at discord.gg/tg for Typical Games. Um, so more leaks to come. I'm not going to be making another leak video, but this hopefully sheds some light on how big this update is supposed to be. And they've done a lot of work with the new animations and new graphics and everything. It's supposed to look basically. I think they're trying to keep up with Frontlines with how good the graphics look, and they're working with old code. So that's why the update has been taking so long. Um, they'll also be adding the new guns, which I'm super excited for. And hopefully they can add some stuff that I can actually do with my 4 million credits. But yeah, I am so excited to play this update. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments, what everything could mean. But there is one thing for certain: the game will be drastically different. One thing that was said was if you wake up one day and your aim just sucks, it's not you, it's how the game is now. Because they'll be adding less recoil and, more recoil and higher spread, so therefore it'll take longer to kill someone. So that means that how the game is played is going to be drastically different. Especially with the new gun balancing and the new guns that are to be added. It's going to be crazy. So if you're excited as I am, please leave a comment. Let me know. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And this video did take me longer than it should have, so please like the video if you enjoyed the content, and more to come. As the update drops, I will be making a video of how the update looks with my potato laptop. So we'll see how that goes, if it absolutely breaks the game or not. So stay tuned. Thank you guys so much for watching if you made it this far, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys. Have a great night, morning, afternoon.